This week's Phat Tracks with Gordon Goodwin is chock full of so many musical treasures that I would say that it would be a supreme error in judgment not to join us Saturday from 1 to 3 on KSDS 88.3 FM. Because I'm just telling you, it's going to be a life-enriching experience. Well, because first of all, you get a whole segment of me complaining about my announcer, dissing me all the time. And even my bumper singers, those girls are always sarcastic. But then we talk a little bit about selective listening, which is a musical skill set that a lot of musicians have and listeners can develop as well. Then the first music of the show is the Big Phat Band. Our tribute to Tower of Power is called TOP Adjacent. After that, the great Stan Getz with the Oscar Peterson Trio, OP, Ray Brown, Herb Ellis, and Stan Getz, an eternally swinging record. After that, a track from Emily Claire Barlow. She's a Canadian vocalist and did a record with the Metropole Orchestra that's outstanding. The record's called Clear Day. After that, there's a track by a band called Buckshot LaFunk. Have you heard of that name? It was a pseudonym for Cannonball Adderley on a record that he was not allowed to use his real name because, lawyers. And so he called himself Buckshot LaFunk, and some years later, Branford Marsalis put a band together of that name. Gonna play a track from that record. Followed by a track by Miles Davis. Heard of him? Because, he's good. From his record, Miles Ahead, arrangements by Gil Evans. And after that, a burning piano player, Latin piano player named Michel Camilo. His record's called One More Once. The tune's called Caribe. Followed by Gregory Porter. Don't Lose Your Steam is the name of his tune from his record, Take Me to the Alley. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to that alley. Who knows what's going on back there? Then one more track by the Big Phat Band, featuring our trombones. It's called It's Not Polite to Point, from our record, That's How We Roll. Then we take a little break, just for a few minutes. And we're back with Hour 2, which starts off with the great Maynard Ferguson. And he plays a track along with my buddy Wayne Bergeron that I had the honor of writing for him. I believe it was Maynard's last recording, or maybe his next to last recording before he passed. The name of the tune is called Maynard and Waynard. Then another track by Maynard from his record Big Bop Nouveau, a record that Wayne Bergeron played on as a young man when he was in Maynard's band. It's their version of Cherokee, featuring a kick-ass alto solo by Chris Holliday. After that, Harry Connick Jr., Renaissance man. He sings the songs, he writes the charts, he plays the piano, and he acts in the movies. The name of the tune is called I Like It When You Smile. Then Chick Corea and Bella Fleck from their record The Enchantment. Those two guys, they have a real affinity for one another. The name of the tune is called Menagerie, tuned by Bella. Followed by Snarky Puppy from their record Volcha Volcha. The name of the tune is Cemente, written by Michael League. He's their bass player. After that, we get my favorite big band of all time. It's called the Thad Jones and Mel Lewis Big Band. And one of my favorite Thad charts of all time, it's called Tiptoe. After that, we got a track by Esperanza Spalding from her record Emily's D Plus Evolution. The name of the tune is Funk the Fear, which is a good life philosophy, funk it. Maybe I should spell the first word I'm saying in that title, F-U-N-K. After that, the great Dave Grusin from a record he did called The Gershwin Connection. Great arrangements of Gershwin tunes by Dave, and he's accompanied by Dave Weckl and John Patitucci and Sal Marquez on this. Our Love Is Here to Stay. And then we wrap the show up with a track from Dirty Loops, that amazing band from Sweden. Wake Me Up is the name of that track. And just like that, we've soaked up a lot of amazing art, and we're all the better for it. Please join us, if you will. KSDS 88.3 FM, or you can stream the show live at jazz88.us. Okay, it's all I got for now. This is Gordon Goodwin. Love you guys.